Hey there YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm hitting up another training video because the last one where I showed you upper body, which really wasn't my best workout ever, has gotten more traction compared to other videos on my page. So I'm excited about that because I love training and I love sharing what I've learned about training with others to help you hit your goals. Today we're doing glutes. This will be great for if you are a wellness or bikini competitor or getting into it, of course, or if you like that aesthetic and just want to build your glutes, I got you. We're gonna hang out today and work on those.
We're gonna get started with my favorite way to get glute day kicked off, which is with a dumbbell straddle squat. You can also call this like a sumo squat, but I'm hinged a little more forward than a traditional sumo squat. With that being said, I am at that wider stance, toes pointed out, not letting the knees drive over the toes. I'm sitting back into the glutes. If you want to advance this, you can also use like plates or just like a step ups to keep your feet elevated, and that way you get a little bit more depth within it. Sometimes this dumbbell, if they're bigger, they can hit the floor and stop you when you could squeeze out a little bit more range. Kind of odd it says squeeze out, but you get it. Next, we're moving into RDLs just with a dumbbell. You could do this with a Smith machine or just a preloaded bar or barbell, but I really love always using dumbbells because they're just easy to access. So you'll see with my form, I'm hinging back. That's the key part about this movement. Once I feel that stretch from the back of my glutes into the hamstring, I drive back up. So my range of motion can go pretty deep. Yours may start off a little bit more shallow. Just pay attention to the cues and also remember to drive through the entire foot. We do not leverage only through the heels. Once you feel comfortable enough, if you want to isolate one side, you can move in doing a B stance. I like B stance because they're slightly more stable than doing full single leg RDLs. So again, you can see that form execution is just the same as it was with a standard one being bilateral going into the B stance as well. Another glute day staple, of course, is the hip thrust. I'm using dumbbells. I really like using a Smith machine. However, the Smith machine I have at my apartment complex does not go fully down to the floor. So here I am doing them with a dumbbell. Again, I'm going to focus a little more on time under tension since the weight is not that challenging. But then you can do single leg and boy, do those fire you up. Like, just trust me. I actually have really incorporated those single leg hip thrusts back into my glute days. That way I can like make some gains in balancing out my glutes and improving my weaker glute. The next exercise is such a love-hate. Most people hate them, but I actually love Bulgarian split squats. So you'll see I'm setting up just with a little step up, but really I normally use a bench. Just all the benches were taken at that time. And again, we are not letting the knee drive over the toe. If you do that, you're going to get more quad involved in this move. Now, let's say you're not quite ready to do a Bulgarian split squats for stability reasons. You can just do a stationary lunge, but again, make it more reverse by driving back into the glute and not letting that knee go too far over the toe. Now, as you build your balance and stability, you could just progress it to a regular reverse lunge. These are great alternatives to a Bulgarian split squat in case you are not comfortable doing those quite yet. A great alternative to all of these, the lunges and Bulgarian split squats, are a glute focused step up. As you can see, I'm not letting, again, that knee go too far over the toe, sitting back into that glute and driving it up. These are just a nice way to get some variation, but I really like lunges and Bulgarian split squats far more. Next up, we have a Curtsey Lunge. This just gets a little more hip rotation in and can target that side glute more. I will superset these normally with either the lunges or Bulgarian split squats. They can be quite intense to add in right after, but definitely a very effective move as well. So we gotta make sure the legs match the glutes. So do not neglect hamstring work on your glute focus days as well. You don't have to add in a lot to hit them. The RDLs did this, and then this lane hamstring curl using the stability ball is so good, and it also will help you with core stability. So it's just a multitasker, of course. Now we're gonna go into some glute med and abductor work. Right here, you're just seeing me do a bandit fire hydrant. You can do these with body weight as well. Now, a little advanced motion of this is adding a little bit of that dip and twist for a little more range to it. But really, when you're doing these standing fire hydrants, be sure to keep your torso stable, not letting your chest drop or twist too much with this movement. Another way to target that glute med side glute is with the clam shells. So just different variations, do what feels best for you. Again, keeping that band on that thigh and really opening up that hip and knee to work that area. A way to progress to clam shells is by adding the lift to it. These are quite intense, and I really only can do them with body weight, but nevertheless, I'm still targeting glute med and the adductors. You can see from the back, I am keeping that torso as stable as possible. It will dip a bit as I come down, but I'm not letting myself like cave and twist too much in that motion and keeping the tension on the muscle. Next, we have reverse hypers with a Smith machine. I apologize for not showing them without a Smith machine, but you can do them with just body weight on the bench. However, with the Smith machine, you do not have to add a lot of weight on these to be able to target your glutes with this movement. I'm really focusing on quality reps, and also you can do them single-legged, which will mimic a glute press machine. I really like those at gyms when they're set up this way, not like the standing one, but this will give me that same mechanism with just a Smith machine and a bench. Sometimes I need a little help setting these up, but when you don't move a lot of weight, you'll be able to manage it on your own. I love incorporating cable glute kickbacks. I know some people say it's just more of an activation drill, but I can build up quite a bit of resistance on these. However, again, just to isolate and move through that full range of motion on the glute, I love these. If you don't have access to a cable machine, you can just use the bands, putting them around the thigh and getting that resistance with the bands instead. Be sure to always engage that core and keep it stable as you're doing these movements too. Let's finish up our glute day with these cable pull throughs. Couple things so you don't feel them in your back. Keep your spine neutral. Also, even though you're dropping forward, do not let your chest concave in. Also, when you are standing up in this movement and fully extending, do not overextend. That can stress out your hip flexors as well. So you'll see I'm keeping that movement controlled.
All right, you guys, we're done training today. Yay! Give yourself a round of applause, a pat on the back, and a little toot of the boot since you trained glutes with me today. I hope you enjoyed learning my favorites, incorporating those into your training so we both can grow the best glutes, and we're just gonna have a glute-licious year. If I left your favorite exercise out of this content, please drop those down in the comments below. I love chatting with you all, even if you want to just say hi. In the comments, don't be shy. Before you go, I want to make sure that you hit subscribe to join this channel so we can continue to train together and connect over all things bodybuilding. I will see you very, very soon in the next video. Take care and bye.